Hello, my misguided but beautiful apes, and thank you very much again for tuning in to the Devil Unbound's YouTube channel. Today's message is slightly different than yesterday as it does not deal with happiness directly, but it deals with something that contravenes the human ability to achieve happiness. The aim of this project, as you know, is to show that misinformation and disinformation are the principal causes of human unhappiness and social decay. So, with that in mind, I give you a quick meditation about Google's algorithm and research. Yes, this is somehow directed to the people who constantly claim they do their own research and thus know more than everybody else. But before you come at me with a misguided defense of your intellectual supremacy, I want to remind you that this is a quick meditation about Google's algorithm. As you might notice, there are humans out there who claim to, once again, do their own research, and as a result of that, achieve better conclusions than the experts in any field. Now, let me clarify my position by stating that I encourage additional investigation of any proposition. Even with established truths, it is critical to read more about them to understand them better. You should always want to know more about essential topics. Moving on from that clarification, I must also offer you a valid caveat about the reasons for investigating any idea or topic. Remember that reading a few articles on the far corners of the internet or watching poorly sourced videos on YouTube doesn't qualify you to argue with lifelong academics or scientists. At the very least, your limited vantage point and your lack of resources don't afford you the right to dismiss good science. There are two problems I want to point to in this quick meditation about what many call research. Number one, confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the human disposition to select data that fits an existing worldview, especially when that data validates an emotional attachment to ideas. It affects a human's search for information and how they interpret that information, obviously to suit the notions they already hold true. Studies find that this bias affects memory recall and other attitudes towards information. As I always do, I've linked to resources in the description of this video. And the implications of confirmation bias are far-reaching. Overconfidence resulting from the apparent validation of a bad idea leads people to poor choices. Socially, those bad ideas lead to bad policies and norms that interfere with progress. We can all see this interference in the current political climate. I'll also want to point out that this bias is ubiquitous to the species and subconscious in nature. Most psychological biases are subconscious. And if at any point you thought that you were immune to their effects on your thinking and behavior, you need to consider revisiting that idea. If you think you're not susceptible to confirmation bias, you're simply wrong. Your susceptibility to this and other biases doesn't reflect your intelligence as much as only your reality as a human being. As Dr. Michael Shermer said, smart people believe weird things because they are skilled at defending beliefs they arrived at for non-smart reasons. Problem number two, the Google algorithm. Google is, before anything else, a marketing company. It aims to provide you with information you're looking for about things you potentially want to buy. And it has to provide this service to billions of people. The mathematical implications of this service are staggering, even for learning computers that can perform millions of calculations per second. Wikipedia states that Google Search, also known simply as Google, handles over 3.5 billion searches per day. It has 92% share of the global search engine market. It is also the most visited website in the world. Your Google search results, or your research, are affected by how you structure your search strings, currently and historically. Basically, Google computers, or your own, remember what you searched yesterday to provide you with what they think are optimal results today. You can't blame Google or any other search engine for this behavior. Their mission is to give you what you're looking for at any given time. It is, or at least it should be, up to you to filter data properly and consider your personal biases before accepting anything you read on the internet. And no, it matters not how you feel about an idea. The truth does not have to make sense to you. Considering these two basic points and observing your duty to intellectual honesty, think twice before renouncing anything because you've done your own research. As my conclusion, I want to give you the same loving reminder I did before as you enter 2022. No human can do unbiased research alone on the internet because Google's algorithm determines the results of that search. Thank you very much again, my beautiful apes, for tuning in to the Devil Unbound's YouTube channel. Visit me on my website at www.thedevilunbound.com. Just one word, no interruptions, no special characters, just the phrase, thedevilunbound.com. You can also find me at all major social media platforms with the same name, The Devil Unbound. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Take care.